Welcome back to Houston Live. We first met Crystal Lister and her adorable daughters, Chrissy and Kinsley, years ago on Houston Live. Since then, they have continued to find new ways to make STEM fun, creative, and accessible.
And now the Listers are getting ready for their 5th annual STEM Carnival, a family-friendly event designed for kids and teenagers and filled with hands-on experiments and demonstrations. Joining us today now, Crystal Lister, the founder and CEO of Mommy and Me, the Listers. We're learning more and more. I know Derek has met you and talked to you multiple times, but I'm just learning about your YouTube channel. I know a lot of kids are super excited about it. So how did it come about?
So in the pandemic, we saw that there was a gap, not just in the love of learning, but also in what was provided. And so I'm like, I want to be the bridge. Let me help the kids who are already at home. They're on YouTube anyway. And so we started in our kitchen making a mess. I mean, one experiment, one experiment at a time. And I saw this 1.5-year-old Chrissy just fall in love with this messy play, learning, and she can explain some high-level things just by getting immersed in that world.
And I think what is great about STEM, we've talked about this a lot, Crystal, on the show, is that the jobs of tomorrow, many of them don't even exist today. We've all seen the world rapidly change when it comes to a career field: science, technology, engineering, math. Why do you think this is such a critical way to learn, by doing these hands-on, fun experiments, Crystal?
Well, see, with the emerging technology, scientists discovered that hands-on, minds-on helps them learn things at a fraction of the rate, where it would take hundreds of times to get that new information just acquired to retain. Now it takes 20. So when you talk about, if I get my hands in it, I can learn it so much faster. So why isn't that so widespread? And so that's exactly what we're doing. We're getting them in there. Sometimes it gets a little messy and sometimes get a little hot there. Oh, sensitive topic.
If you missed the fire experiment, I'm sure it's on our website.
Yes.
Look it up.
Or we'll link it there.
Yeah, there you go. Me screaming.
So you know how many people remember, like, oh my gosh. And that wow, that moment is what keeps kids locked in, not just children, parents too. And that buy-in creates a whole different world.
And you have really been recognized as well many times. How does it feel to know that people are watching, people are listening, people are learning?
So a former teacher, right? So in the classroom, you see kids get it, you see their light bulbs go off, but to see people at a higher level see us and see the work that we're doing in the community is beyond what we ever expected, beyond our dreams. I mean, I flew a plane over the event. So these big things, it's morphed into a dream bigger than what was initially set out, and I love that for us.
Seeing these old clips, I just cannot believe how many experiments we have done together.
And how many times?
How many times have you been here? I love it.
We've made a lot of messes. And every year, the annual STEM Carnival that you host, by the way, we should point out, you call yourselves STEM Magicians. This carnival, it's growing every single year. And give us kind of an overview of the aim, because it's not just about having fun, family friendly, right? Like ages 2 to 20, so kids and teens alike. But this is really about learning and kind of like, I don't know, priming young people's minds.
Exactly that. So the exposure changed the trajectory of my life. From a little kid in inner city Houston who didn't see these experiences or careers, and it changed me into now this STEM field that I never saw for myself. A career at NASA, I mean, back then it was like, be serious.
Right.
But now other people see a pilot right in front of me doing this experiment with me. Now I can do this thing. I can see it, I can touch it, and it just changes their world. Parents, it changes their world too. They're like, wait, I can go back to school and do something different now. And I love that it changes the story and makes sure that it's not set in stone for everyone.
And you're talking about STEM Carnival.
Yes.
What do you have planned this year? Because you mentioned something really big over there, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Let's see.
You're a big deal.
Yeah. So we've flown a plane, but what's unique this year, all things aligned, weather permitting, we're gonna land a helicopter on site this year. We're at the Anderson Center for the Arts. They fully believe in our plan, our mission to connect the community to STEM, and they said, you know what, we're gonna allow this to happen. We believe in you. What else do you have planned? We also have a STEM magician showcase. We're combining theater, art, science, and storytelling all under one roof.
This is September 12th, Saturday, by the way, starting at 11 a.m. till 4, the Anderson Center for the Arts on Wallaceville Road. Can we talk about your girls and how they're growing up?
Yes,
because
please.
as life evolves and they're now in school, which I cannot believe they've grown up before our eyes, how does this affect or does it or impact the YouTube channel? Because you've been reaching a lot of people online around the world for many years.
Yes, and you know, we actually got a chance to be boots on the ground in Africa last year. So you're talking about how that impacted them. They got to see something beyond their world. And they are so adaptable and so flexible, and they just turned into little teachers. They went into a secondary school, so well beyond their grade level, and were able to teach what we do as STEM magicians. So when you talk about acquisition and retention, this goes beyond them. It's opening their world, my world even, to places where we've never been, and we get to reach those viewers that we saw sometimes just online. Now we get to see them in person.
And they're extremely busy. So you have YouTube, and
Yes.
they're now movie stars.
Yes, so Chrissy and Kinsley have added some more to their resume. So Chrissy is starring in a film, and we're gonna keep some of the details for the premiere, but it is an amazing film coming out Christmas, and we can add actresses to their resume now.
Wow.
I love that.
Very, very nice. Okay, well, the fun has just begun with you.
Just
Crystal.
starting.
That's right. She's sticking around. No fire, though.
No fire.
No fire this time.
She'll show us two chemistry experiments, one with a surprise color change and another that's going to create a whole lot of foam. Huh?
Okay.
I think you're fans of the show and fans of Mommy and Me are pretty much well aware of what this can entail. I love it.
All right. Well, Houston Life will be right back. Welcome back to Houston Live. We caught up with Crystal Lister from Mommy and Me, the Listers.
Yeah, that was before the break, and now it's time to get some hands-on experimenting done. What are you going to be showing us, and what's the science behind these experiments,
So
Crystal?
2 experiments. One is called Egyptian Night, and it is a clock reaction experiment. That means don't take your eyes off of it,
Okay.
or it'll change before you see it.
Oh.
Yes. The next one is elephant soap. So we did this 5 years ago, Derek.
Oh, wow.
Is that the one that shoots? Okay, never mind.
Don't
you
tell
take
him,
it.
don't
Oh,
tell
sorry,
him.
I'm sorry.
I won't.
years
If it was
ago,
5
dear.
years ago. Oh, actually, this does look
Oh, that's
familiar.
Yes.
That is pretty cool.
5 years ago. So both of these are chemical reactions meant to shock, awe, and wow. And for elephant soap,
Oh, God.
Okay, that's awesome.
Okay.
elephant soap, we have it to where we have a side where you can do it at home with yeast. But today we want it for the big flair, something that you'll see at a carnival. You
Okay,
ready?
and at the carnival, by the way, these are educator-led experiments.
Yes.
This version is not something children should be trying
Yes.
at home.
Yes.
Okay, we got our pink goggles on.
First, Egyptian Night. Pick up
Okay.
your 2 cups. Your 2
Perfect.
cups are there.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
what's in these cups?
So this is a little magic, you know, I say. We don't have abracadabra. We say maverick.
Maverick.
Magic. Magic.
Magic.
Magic.
Activate. That's her cup.
Magic
Oh,
activate.
this is, and
These two are
these are
yours.
his. Okay, got it.
Oh.
Okay, perfect.
And so
I
you
get the
just
small
mix them like that, like you're mixing lemonade.
Should I mix mine too?
Yes.
Okay.
And so this reaction is an iodine clock reaction.
Okay.
Keep mixing.
Okay. An iodine clock
Yes.
reaction?
What does that mean?
So the chemicals in it will make it change right before your eyes. Some of the chemicals in it are starch. Some of it is citric acid. Look at
Oh,
yours.
whoa.
Look at that.
It like
Am I not doing
instantly changed.
Am I not doing
It
this right?
suddenly changed. But
And-
let's see. There you go.
And what's causing it
coolest
to
thing.
change like that, Crystal?
So you
the
just
agitation?
created iodine. Isn't that cool? Look, I love it.
Wow.
Scientists.
That
But
is
look,
pretty
even
cool.
cooler than that. Can you give me some? My girls would say, this one's clear, this one's black. Time for us to change it
Should
back.
change it back?
Yeah. Give me some
Look
of
at
that.
What,
that.
you're kidding me.
And so that's what we do as STEM magicians.
Changes back to
It
clear.
changes
Oh, this is
back.
awesome.
Yes, isn't that so
Very cool.
So when we do things like that, you can see the shock and awe on your face. But to think just that for kids, we have them, we've got them grabbed, and that's just from a simple chemical reaction.
And we can do that one at home.
Yes, easy breezy. Citric acid, that's like lemon peel. Starch, I don't know if you starch your pants, iron your pants. So these are household experiments. And that's why we started Mommy and Me, to make science less daunting and scary. You don't need the lab coat and the beakers and the test tubes. You can do it with what you have in your pantry.
Absolutely. My daughter will love it.
All right.
Okay,
So now,
elephant soap.
Elephant.
Get ready!
So excited.
It is called elephant soap, right?
Yes, elephant soap. I'm gonna put a little soap in there.
Okay. This is just dish soap.
Dish soap. Yes, but of course I bought the pink one there.
Of course.
All right, add a little food coloring.
Okay. What, just like maybe a drop?
Do like 4 or 5 drops. You know, let the spirit lead you.
4. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna give it a little
4. I wore white.
swirl. We're gonna
Okay.
place it over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this way.
So you
Okay.
see Kathy
I'm gonna move this way. I saw that video.
Derek, would you do the honors?
Okay. And what exactly are the honors?
You're gonna pour it in there.
Okay.
You're gonna pour it in there. You're gonna
Just
step back.
Pour it in and step back. Okay, all the way
Maverick.
in.
Oh!
Wow, that's actually really hot.
Oh, it's
Really
hot.
hot.
It's hot.
Yes.
Derek.
Okay.
My God. Elephant soap. It is an exothermic reaction.
Okay, did
I'm
you
okay.
It is
Yeah.
very hot.
Wow.
And it makes a big boom.
What causes the heat?
So the heat is an exothermic reaction. So in there is the decomposition of what you just did here.
I'm shocked. Wow.
5 years ago,
It's
he
still
was
warm,
shocked
right?
too.
Still warm.
Still warm.
5 years ago, he was shocked too. I'm
It's-
glad to see we
Was
can
that
still
supposed
stun
to
you.
come up so
Like
high?
a bubble bath.
Yes, it's a big foam. It's elephant soap.
Did it come
it's
off
for an
the side of
elephant.
my...
It is all. It's like everywhere.
in there.
I'm sorry. It's.
Oh,
you
wow.
definitely need a
Yeah.
shower.
Just rub that in.
Okay, so what did we learn here, Crystal?
So this is a chemical reaction. It is the decomposition of peroxide. And at home, instead of using peroxide, they would use yeast. And it would make the bubbly and the oozy, but we do a bigger one for bigger flavor.
Wow.
A bigger one in my
bigger
house.
one.
Even bigger
in my
than that.
house.
In the backyard.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Crystal, this is just a taste of what people can experience at the carnival. Is that right?
This is true. The carnival, this and so much more. We have 12 STEM demonstrations that will show them hands-on, minds-on. We have Apple gonna be there. The lady who suited up Dr. Mae Jemison will be there. Sharon Caples-McDougall.
Oh, we love
so much
Sharon
more.
McDougall.
I know
my
she's a
goodness.
friend of the show. She's a friend of Mommy and Me as well.
I love it. I love it. Crystal Lister, if you would like to try these experiments at home with your kids, we're going to post the step-by-step directions on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Remember, adult supervision is required.
I love it.
Good
Oh my
stuff.
goodness, yes.
Like a bubble bath.
I'm glad it got on you and not me.
Okay. Me too.